I just bought this Z4 M Roadster, and this is a very special car because there were only 3,042 of these made for North America, and it shares a lot of parts off the M3 and the M3 CSL. But with the Z4 M Roadster, you get a better chassis, you also get the convertible top, and it's just a ton of fun to drive. It is one of my favorite M cars, and the new M cars that are coming out are not really the type of cars that I like. This era was the golden era of sports cars for me. These were cars that you could drive to work and then take to the track on the weekend. And it's really my favorite segment of cars, and those cars would be the NC Mazda Miata, the Honda S2000, the Lotus Elise, the Lotus Exige, and also the Z4 M Roadster and Z4 M Coupe. So as far as value for your money, this was my favorite era of sports cars, and these are a great buy right now. I only paid $18,000 for this car, and it had 74,000 miles on it. The owner kept great care of it, and it also is a desirable color combo. One of the issues I found with these cars is that they came in some very ugly color combos. They had ugly seats, they had ugly wood trim, all sorts of different things. And so I wanted a gray one, and I wanted to get one with the carbon leather dash, and so I got one, and this basically just fell into my lap. I was in need of a car because I'm having issues with my truck. My truck right now had 2 false airbag deployments, and it's been sitting at the dealer, and they're trying to figure it out. I was in a bit of an emergency, and this was available on Craigslist, so I went out, inspected the car, and I bought it. And I probably paid too much. There was a lot of things that needed to be done on this car. Even though the owner has this great service history, he has the valve adjustment, he has regular oil changes and fluid changes, the differential fluid has been changed. But when I went through the car, I found a lot of things that it needed, and in the first few days of driving it, the valve stems deteriorated and the tires went flat in the front. So I had to change out those valve stems, and I am going to have to change out these tires too, because these tires are 10 years old. And that's both good and bad, because it shows that the guy did not drive this car hard. He owned it for about 12 years, didn't wear these tires out at all, so he didn't drive it very hard. The brakes were worn out when I got it, and these brakes are very expensive, so if you can't do the brakes yourself, that's something to consider. One thing I did right away was change the little Vanos filter, because it's a 5-minute job, and sometimes that can get gunked up and cause some problems. And there was a little bit of gunk in mine at 74,000 miles, but not too bad. And I am going to address the Vanos at 90,000 miles in this car, and I'm also going to address the rod bearings at 80,000 miles in this car, and that's when the next oil change is due. But overall, the car drives really well. The rear shocks were blown, and I put some Bilstein B6 dampers in there, so now the car feels great and it handles well. And one more thing that I have to do is the airbag light. The airbag light is on for the battery safety terminal in the back, and so I ordered a new one, or a used one, off of eBay to replace that, and that airbag light will go away. It's a very easy fix. Some neat things about the Z4 M Roadster are that it is a low production model. There were only 3,042 of these made for North America. It has the E46 M3 CSL brakes. It has the E46 M3 steering. I think the ratio in this is a little bit quicker. And it also does not have the subframe issue that the E46 M3 has. And so you don't have to weld a subframe reinforcement in this car. The chassis is stiffer than the E46 M3, and it just handles great. The rear end just comes out with not much throttle. It's really incredible how fun and easy it is to slide this car around. It really feels like it wants to be on the racetrack. If you're revving it out to 8,000 RPM, when you shift into third gear, you're already breaking the speed limit, and so it really needs to go to a racetrack to see the full potential. Now, these tires that are on here are 10 years old, and so the other issue that I'm having with it is that they don't get a lot of grip, so when I'm driving around and I floor it, the tires will spin out, and also it tends to slide around. And this is a very easy car to drift. It's very well balanced. Probably one of the best M's that I've driven. It's so controlled when the back end slides out. It's really a great car to learn car control on, and I was really surprised by how easy it is to drive this thing. It's just so much fun. So let's take a look inside. So this is the S54 engine, and there is a ton of space in the engine bay to work on this thing. And I did already change out the little Vanos filter that is in here. And in 5,000 miles, I'm going to do the rod bearings on this, so don't worry. The oil change was just done with Castrol 10W60, very thick oil. It takes a long time to warm this up before we can rev it out. I did do the brakes. I left the front shocks alone. Those are in good shape. I did the rear shocks. The previous owner just had the differential fluid changed with the correct BMW fluid. One thing I changed on the interior was the shift knob. I put a F10 M5 shift knob and it's lit up, but this is a new shift knob and a new shift boot. And the leather on this is higher quality than the stock Z4 M shift knob. So it was a really nice upgrade. It looks great at night. This is what the carbon leather looks like. It's a really beautiful trim and a really beautiful color. So definitely got lucky because this is the color that I wanted. We have heated seats down here. We have a one-touch button for traction control. And it's just a wonderful car to drive. This is the key. It's an actual key. Very old car, 2006. So put the key in and we will open the top here. I think it's this button here. Turn the AC off. Ready? The top goes back. Very quick. So there's the cabin opened up with the top down. And I just love this carbon trim. It just looks so nice. I have an extra cup holder here because the factory cup holder is broken. There's a couple broken plastic pieces back here that I have to replace. The front is not protected with the clear bra yet, but there are no rock chips. So I'm gonna remove the plate. I'm gonna have the plate holes filled in the bumper, and then I'm gonna put a clear bra on it before I go to the racetrack. And I do think it's worth it because I looked at some of these and the front ends were all chipped up because the people tracked them without protecting the paint. Now the body design is really interesting here. You can see how the side skirt flows into the front bumper. And then this is the BMW roundel with the blinker here. So if I turn my hazards on, you can see it. It's a very cool design. And of course, this is the highlight right here, the S54. It's just a wonderful engine. So I'll go ahead and take you guys on a test drive. So as the Z4 M warms up, you're gonna see these orange bars go down, and that is the rev limiter as the engine warms up. And when it gets to the final bar, as we continue driving, you'll notice that the oil temp isn't all the way warm. And so I like to wait till the oil temp gets up towards 210, and then I'll get on the accelerator pedal a little bit more. So the final bar just went away right now, and you can see that the oil temperature is not that high yet. So we're not gonna rev it out. We're gonna warm it up just a little bit more. Let's go and rev it out here. 8,000 RPM. So you can hear the tires chirp in between the shifts there. There's a lot of torque with this engine, and it carries it all the way through to redline, and so it's a joy to drive on a daily basis and a joy to rev it out. And really, we can't go much beyond second gear on the public streets because we're already getting up there with the speed. So that's as much as I can demonstrate legally right now, but if we go to the racetrack, this car would just be a joy to drive on the racetrack because it does have an aggressive clutch type differential in it. It has massive brakes off the M3 CSL, and it also has a very lively hydraulic steering rack. That is all I have for you on the Z4 M. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure that you enjoy your car.